It's not the way it works. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Darren.
I'm Graham.
And I am going to talk to you about Spring Breakers.
Excellent.
I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it. I know. Only.
Would you like to see it?
I would like to see it. Yeah, I'm a fan of James Franco and the girls that are in it.
Selena Gomez is that one.
Selena Gomez is in it. Yeah.
I hate to sound like a proper sexist, but they kind of all look the same to me in that film.
That is a very misogynistic comment.
But I don't think it is, because they're all dressed the same and they all look the same.
But you're not looking at the faces then, are you?
I recognise Vanessa Hudgens. No, I am. I'm more of a face person than a titty person. That's not sexist. And personality is above face. They're just, I don't know, they're all kind of samey. I mean, if Meryl Streep was in there, I'd recognise the difference between Vanessa Hudgens and Meryl Streep. I'd fap off to one of them. Vanessa Hudgens. Mel's pretty sexy as Margaret Thatcher. The Iron Lady. Watched by the wooden boy. Anyway, so...
Video's worthwhile just for that.
So,
you've also shown me a clip of the film.
Oh, did I show you that clip?
You've shown me
I wish I hadn't, no. Well, basically, I'll tell you the film.
All right.
The story. For those that don't know.
Tell me the film.
I'll tell you the film.
Tell me the film.
It's about some fucking idiot, annoying bimbo head girls who want to go to spring break for some reason, and so they can't afford to, so they just start robbing. I don't know if it's spring break. Honestly,
spring break is the place to be.
That's fun. Well, if it's the place to be, I'd be the one there with a chainsaw.
Right.
There's bits where they're all frolicking in the sea, where I just watch it, just wishing like a speedboat would just plough through them all. The most annoying people I've ever seen in anything ever.
Oh, they're just kids having fun. You've seen 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, I have. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
They're not kids having fun, though. They're knobheads shagging and robbing people and doing drugs and coke off people's asses and stuff.
Well, fair enough.
Call me old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Tend not to do cocaine off a slag's arsehole.
Sit me down.
Sit
me down with a nice film and a cup of hot tea.
That sounds amazing. That sounds really good.
So come on, about spring bakers.
Spring bakers. Yeah, they make the best bread of the year.
It's a very different film.
But so they rob some money to get there, and then they end up in prison because they're doing drugs, and then James Franco bails them out.
They rob the money off? Is it just like
they rob a cafe or a restaurant or something?
Right, like a gunpoint kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've seen pictures of them. They're all holding guns and stuff like that.
Pretty much. I mean, they're
is that like
fake
a recurring
guns.
thing? Oh, is it? Right. Okay.
They are at that point. So then they meet James Franco, who's a sort of rapper gangster type of person.
Like a pimpy thing.
Yeah, and then it's just chaos ensues.
Okay.
That's pretty much half the film.
With sexy results. Okay, fair enough.
I guess so. Maybe if you wanted to watch it in that way, there's lots of nudity. You could if you wanted to toss one off to it, toss one off to a film.
You got an hour and a half to do it in. Yeah. Is it possible?
What kind of things do you like to toss off to?
Well, James Franco.
Then yes.
Right, good. Is he in it a lot then?
He's in it a lot for the second half. He's not in it at all for the first half.
Oh, okay.
And it gets better when he shows up.
I was going to say, you must prefer it when he's there, because you are a misogynist at heart.
No, I don't think I am. And I think it doesn't get better. Basically, stuff starts happening.
The only interesting character in the whole thing was James Franco.
I don't necessarily think he's interesting. It just gets more interesting when that boring character meets these boring characters.
Right. Is it a good film?
Well, I don't know. Like, the first time I watched it, I genuinely couldn't tell. Like, I think that I can't tell if it's taking everything seriously or if it's a complete piss take of that kind of thing.
So what else has the director done?
Harmony Korine did Gummo, which is amazing. Gummo is brilliant.
Well, it's not. I've heard a lot of people saying it's not very good at all.
Who said Gummo is not very good?
People on the internet.
Well, who cares what people on the internet think? People on the internet are just idiots.
You're a person on the internet right now?
Not to me. I'm a person in a room for me. No, Gummo's brilliant, and I don't say that in like an ironic sense. It's so bad you have to watch it. I mean, it's genuinely brilliant.
Right.
Like, Spring Breakers isn't anything in comparison to Gummo.
It's quite an artsy film, isn't it? Like
Gummo. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's proper. It's like trailer trash seen through a rainbow. Like, it's just brilliant. And the end of Gummo, which isn't spoiling him because God knows what it's about, where a guy with bunny ears runs towards the camera holding a dead cat to Roy Orbison's crying. Is genius. Like, I just thought it's amazing. And actually, it's a sim on second viewing, I think it clearly is taking the piss, I hope. Like, there's a bit where they say we had such a magical time and they're squatting in a grid pissing. So you think, well, it's got to be.
Yeah.
But I think the reason
Nobody can feel related in that situation.
It's like headbutting a wall over and over again and then stopping and enjoying the pleasure of not headbutting a wall anymore. There's a scene which apparently I've already ruined for you, where they sing to Britney Spears, which is just brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's worth getting through the first hour and a half for that 5 minutes.
Right.
No, it's like a build up towards it.
Does that feel like a bit of a part of Gummo's world sort of thing? Like,
I guess it's like a big
director.
budget version of the end of it, with the Roy Orbison song, like a sort of montage of
really
what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I say, the character's really annoying, and James Franco shows up, and he says "y'all" so much that I think I've developed a nervous tick. Like, it's been a kill word for me.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone says "y'all," I'm.
Your hand does that, reaching for a stop button.
Yeah. I read on Wikipedia that some guy in real life called Riff Raff, who's an actual rapper,
I heard about this. Yeah.
was suing the film because James Franco stole his appearance, and you just think, oh, that's just going to be some knobhead out for money. And I googled Riff Raff, and Jesus Christ, he looks just as much a knobhead as James Franco. I mean, it's the definition, but he's real.
Yeah, he's got like silver teeth and the
the dreadlocks and fucking. Oh, there's a guy in the film that we were laughing at for a bit when we watched it last night, me and my other friend, because there's a bad guy who's like a proper big gangster, like black guy, and on his face he's got an ice cream tattooed there of all the things. But
sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, is it though? It's good. It's worth it. I would say watch it.
It's worth watching if you're interested in film.
Yeah, if you're interested in film, then give it a go.
Yeah.
Not because you're interested in film, but because you'll have an open mind.
Yeah. What if you're a fan of Vanessa Hudgens and Selena Gomez? And
what kind of things do you like that they're in?
Well, I don't mind High School Musical.
If you're the kind of person that just likes her for that, not that she's done anything else, but like if you're a 12-year-old girl who likes High School Musical, probably you won't enjoy Spring Breakers.
Right.
And I reckon the people that go to this shitty thing would probably watch it.
Spring Break.
Yeah.
Right.
And think it's amazing. They'd miss the irony if it's even there, because I'm hunting for it.
Yeah.
And they'd probably love it as well.
Hmm.
And I think that at the absolute worst, it's got a really good score and soundtrack, and it looks like when people who can't do photographs do a photo but think they're photographers, so then they go on Photoshop and whack all the colours up. It's like the whole film looks like that, but it kind of works for what it's going for, like the whole superficial. I think if that's what it's going for about the whole Spring Break being superficial, it's got a kind of.
It's about people putting this kind of false importance on a trivial
on everything.
thing.
Yeah, they say like about it being like a spiritual awakening, and I found myself. And I think if you found yourself, then you'd want to lose yourself again. If that's how you find yourself. Yeah, I found myself. Turns out I'm a fucking slag. I don't mean that. I'd apply that to a male who found the same. I
didn't question if it was just a woman.
I know, but people get all up to you when you say
people
slag.
Do get up to
like,
you.
A woman can shag a load of people and she's a slag, but a guy can't. A guy can do the same and he's a hero. No, he's a knobhead as well. Don't get me wrong.
Everyone's taking advantage of each other. It's
I heard, I said before, I hope a speedboat plows through them all. That was gender,
a
free for all.
Neutral,
I don't care what the high percentage is, as long as you get a lot of them. But yeah.
We're looking at a body count here, and it doesn't matter what.
Yeah, as long as it's high. As long as there's people floating afterwards. Like I say, the first half, even though it's the second time I watched it, I was kind of apprehensive. But by the end of the second half, I was kind of looking forward to watching it again. So I suppose I like it.
Right, okay.
Have I convinced you?
Yeah, no, it sounds interesting. It sounds like it's going to, take a run up to the good bits.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the worst case is like headbutting a wall for the relief of that one.
Is there anything
scene.
particularly bad about the first half? It just hasn't got James Franco.
I think it's just got those 5 boring characters or 4 boring characters doing boring things. I mean, it's cocaine off somebody's arse.
Yeah.
but they're just not interesting people, and I think that's the point, because it's all about the shallow. I think it's all about the shallowness of that kind of culture,
right? And
they are all just sort of vapid, like personality-free.
Yeah.
Like images of what you'd want a girl to look like, they're all the perfect size for that, poster, and for, do you know what I mean?
It's kind of it's like
all the cliched.
It's a teenage wet dream, and it's
pretty
just,
much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a 14-year-old boy, you'll fucking love this movie. Speaking of wet dreams, you'll love it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like there's a bit where they stick a gun in James Franco's mouth in like a playful way, and it's loaded, and he starts like sucking it off. And I was just thinking, just fucking pull the trigger. Just pull the trigger and then put it in your own mouth and do the same thing. But they didn't. But then there's a bit where he says, like, he's bragging about all the things he's got, and he goes, like, there's a TV with Scarface on a loop. I just think that's a stupid thing to brag about.
That's a really bad
Anyone
idea.
can put a DVD on a loop.
Yeah.
I mean, that's boring. Put another film on.
Yeah.
Not this one, obviously. Or maybe, depending on who you are and what you think of it. Who knows?
So who was was there a protagonist and an antagonist kind of situation? Was it?
No.
Was the film in like three?
Well, it kind
three
of.
parts?
The first half was these girls dicking about. Then halfway through they meet James Franco, and then some gangstery shiz kind of comes up.
Right.
So there's a
they do
sort
have,
of
like, a
half
common
rival,
enemy.
but not really. It's really not.
It's not a standard film setup. It's just
not. It's just a thing. It's not like the thing.
right.
You
It's
know.
just a bunch of things that happen.
Yeah, and then one of the girls goes home because she's not into shooting people in the face.
Right.
Fucking frigid bitch. Anyway, so yeah.
Interesting.
I
Yes.
would recommend it, but if you hated it, I wouldn't go like, "What are you talking about?" I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Fair play."
Right, well, at least you watched it.
Yeah, try and
You
go
give it a
that's much better.
Okay, well, judging from your description and stuff, I give it 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's probably about right.
Is that about right?
If we were to do such a thing,
Okay.
such a
There you
crass thing,
go. Such a common
crass,
thing.
superficial, put it with your titties out.
That's it.
Mm.
Oh well. Great. If you guys have seen it, then tell me about it too, because I still haven't seen it. Probably.
I just told you about it for 10 minutes. What do you think? What?
I don't
Are
know.
you
I just
still
think
lacking?
somebody else might have more information about it that you've not.
We'll just watch the film. Any more's a spoiler.
No.
Okay.
I don't
Tell him
want
the end.
Don't be mean. Okay.
Credits come up. That's what happens.
It's quite a common ending for a film, isn't it?
These days.
Yeah,
They used to stick 'em at the
lately.
beginning.
Yeah, that's
Then they
true.
did a twist and stuck them at the end. But now it's kind of cliched.
Yeah, that's kind of harsh on the people who worked hard on the film, isn't it? Because
Well, no, because
They
now
don't
they
get their
stick
names
clips
seen.
at the end of the credits. You got to stick through them all.
well, that's true. Yeah, it's reversed back on itself. Anyway,
Anyway, bye bye everybody.
goodbye.